I'm not a gym bro. All I do is injure myself lifting heavy and curling the squat rack. I'm not a gym bro. Tyler's here. It's my 16th birthday. We're hitting arms today. We're at Fitness Element. The owner of this gym actually knew me since like back in 2017. Last time we were here with Will Tennyson, he was showing him the photos of me and I was cringing super hard. It was when I was like actually 15 or 14 or something. I've made a few improvements since the last time I saw him. So we're gonna be hitting arms today, just me. Tyler's gonna be standing by, but we're probably gonna work with some blood flow restriction and some giant sets because I can just use lighter weight, less load, so I'm not gonna really risk my bicep and my shoulder joints up. Since I don't like triceps, I like to get them out of the way first. So we're starting with tricep push downs. Just gonna get a lot of blood into my triceps and then we'll go from there. Everybody knows there's layers to it, so you gotta go from hoodie to t-shirt to tank top to shirtless to no pants. It's a thong.
Damn, bro.
Did you get that angle, bro? So usually, like, since I'm pulling backwards, I just like keeping it in front of me. Sometimes I'll even use a stagger stance when I go, just to keep myself more balanced. And then when I drive back, my hips aren't in the way of me driving my arms back.
Just do it with it. Do one without it, without your.
Now that I'm 18, it's a little bit less weird when I take my shirt off, right?
What do you mean? You're 16.
I actually skipped year 17. I just went from 16 to 18. I'll do a few sets of barbell curls just to get warmed up, and then right after that we'll go into our giant set with the blood flow restriction eventually. It's actually so good because I can keep my feet planted the way I want to, so I'm staying into the pad, but I can actually shift my arms whatever direction I want, which is good. So we'll do that as part of the giant set. We're starting with barbell curls just to get warm.
Okay, sure.
Do 3 or 4 sets of this, not going to failure on any of the sets, maybe within 2 to 3 reps on the last one. But I'm really just trying to get a lot of blood into my arms before I go into the giant set because it's going to be super intense back to back to back with everything. For my giant set, I'm going to do 3 different bicep motions and then probably 2 tricep motions just because my triceps are pretty strong and pretty developed already. So I do want to get a little bit more work in on my biceps, especially because this one is still recovering and growing more. So we're going to start at the stretch point and do incline curls, which is going to be the weakest point of our biceps at the bottom of the movement, focusing on this portion. Right after that, we're going to go to spider curls, which are leaning over the bench and keeping our elbows more in front of us, where we're going to be working more the upper portion of our bicep right into our shoulder. And then we're going to finish with the most mechanically advantageous movement, which is actually just a full normal curl, which I'll probably use dumbbells for just so that I can supinate. So we're going to do those 3 movements, and then right after that, we're going to go into our tricep movements.
It's the money.
I'm already feeling full and pumped, which is a good sign usually when we're training arms. In Canada especially because it's freezing. It's actually 30 degrees outside right now.
It's the money, it's the money, it's the money, yeah.
So normally, like, when you're not injured, you do like more progressive overload, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't be using as much blood flow restriction and giant sets. I'd just be, doing progressive overload with each exercise. So I'll do like more like pyramid sets where I work up to my top weight from a lighter weight and then work to failure on that last set of it. Sometimes some back off sets, especially if it is my last like last exercise or something like that, I really want to burn out. So when I am using like higher volume or more reps or lighter weight, it's more metabolic than it is like actual mechanical load, mechanical tension.
So how many reps are you aiming for each exercise?
At least 12, probably 15 on the first. Yeah, probably 12 to 15. And then on my last sets, I might drop the weight slightly if I'm using blood flow restriction. Either that, or I'll drop the amount of reps I'm doing. Good part about using dumbbells for everything is you can literally move back to back to back with it.
Breathe.
So whenever I'm doing giant sets, since it is a lot of metabolic stress and it's going to be more tiring just since I'm going back to back to back, it's like doing, 30 to 50 reps in a row. I do like to take more rest, so I'm taking probably between 1.5 minutes and 2 minutes rest at least, just to make sure that I am getting the full amount of reps when I go into my set, and I can go back to back to back with all the dumbbell exercises nonstop. Generally, when I'm not injured, I leave my metabolic work to the end. So any of these things where I'm going super high volume or really intense back to back, I leave that to the end of my workout and then focus on heavier, more progressive overload, just heavier movements in general at my beginning of my workout, and prioritize those. Since one, I'm gonna be most fresh, I'm not risking as much injury, but also I'm gonna be able to move the most amount of weight with the best form. So
Build the most amount of muscle.
build the most amount of shreds. Tear your biceps. These are king. You saw me use them, or maybe didn't, in Los Angeles with Nadim. They're so good for when you're injured. It's increasing the amount of metabolites that are in the muscle. So when you want a lot of blood in the muscle, especially if it's recovering from an injury or something like that, and you don't want to use a ton of weight, this is perfect. I wish I had the scientifically proven one where I can set the PSI to like exactly what I want. Just high in my shoulder, right? Yeah. Try to get at least 8 more.
Let's go. Come on. Hold at the top. Hold. Up. So that's what helps build like that up there. The first exercise you're
First
doing.
exercise, yeah, the tricep extensions.
Yeah.
Last set.
Gladiator bicep workout.
Biceps burn so much right now. instead of doing dumbbell kickbacks, since I don't find it's quite as isolated and I can't go like right into it, it's not gonna be as quick.
You just can't go heavy with it either. You can't.
Yeah, you can't really overload your triceps. So I'm gonna do skull crushers, and then right after that, I'm gonna go to a little bit more narrow and just come down like close, kind of like a close grip bench, but I'm gonna let my elbows come out slightly and just really drive through and squeeze my triceps. It's more of a burnout than kickbacks even, and you can just go right into it. So with the skull crusher, I'm gonna be coming more out here, getting the stretch on the inner portion, the long head, along here.
So let's see. Right.
What?
Right there.
When I come in tight, I'm gonna be hitting more here. That was a terrible explanation. Let's just do it. I hate how like triceps, when you do movements like this, super not flattering for videos, but it's fine. We're working to look good on stage. We're not looking to look good doing skull crushers in some gym. That's it. Pretty simple workout, nothing too insane, just 3 bicep exercises, a giant set with some blood flow restriction. This is the way I've been training since as I've been recovering from my injury. A little bit smarter, not quite as heavy, but still working up that intensity and getting it back to my 100%. So feeling really good. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Crazy the amount of support since I turned 16. It's insane. Thank you guys so much. Like the video, subscribe. Peace.
Reese's Pieces.